Well, they worked their magic to bring this man to the club. An international skipper, a Premier League skipper. He scored the last ever goal at Upton Park and he scored in a World Cup. It is, of course, Winston Reid. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you.
You've only been here a week, but with what's going on in football at the moment, a lot's happened in a week. How have your first few days been?
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, it's just trying to remember everyone's names. That's how it is coming to a new club. Just meeting new people, and even though I knew a few beforehand, not in person but by name. But it's good, man. It's always good to come into a new environment and meet new people, and yeah, something I'm looking forward to.
Hi, Winston. Marcus here. I remember when I left Brentford many decades ago to go to the Premier League with Wimbledon. I remember being excited, a bit nervous as well. What has been your first day like at the club?
I think it was quite easy. Like I said, I knew people by name beforehand. I also know some of the people behind the scenes as well. The area for me, it's even though it's probably in 45 minutes, an hour away from there, it's still local. So it's been pretty easy transition, and it's just basically just getting into the thick of things. Really, just go out and training, and getting to know the guys, and just being helpful around the group.
What were those first impressions this week?
No, good. Players, good. Staff. It's a very collective group. There's a good bond between the spirit in the camp. Obviously, the club are trying to push for promotion, and it's a good club. It's built on good values, and like I said, good group around the guys. It's nice to be around the training ground, so it's been really good.
Hi, Winston. Karleigh here. You okay?
Yeah, how mate?
You've been obviously promoted before from the Championship with West Ham and stuff. What do you feel you need, in the Championship to get promoted?
I think for me personally, it's just coming into the group and understanding of how the group wants to work. But the guys and the team have been doing well, and have been unbeaten. I can't remember how many games now. It's a lot. I think it's like 17, 18, something like that. Yeah. 19. So yeah, tough league, relentless, lots of games, but enjoyable as well. I think that most footballers would rather play games than train, So it's a plus that there's a lot of games.
Well, you've already played. You made your debut against Bristol City last night. As debuts go, how did you find it?
I would have loved if there were fans there, but that's the world we live in at the moment. But it was nice to get out there. Wasn't so nice to concede a late goal, but it was good for the group as a whole to get a win and keep climbing the ladder on the table. And like I said, if the team wants to get promotion, so it's always good to pick up points.
Yeah, I'm a defender myself, so I've been in a situation where I've had to come on and stuff like that before, and it's never a nice situation really sometimes. But how did you find, and how did you deal with coming on yesterday? And did you feel like it was a good time for you to come on? Yeah,
it's fine. I think whether you're starting or sitting on the bench, everyone on the squad has to play a role, and you might be called upon to play after the 10th minute or the 20th or in the 85th minute. So it's up to you as an individual to stay ready and prepare yourself for whatever comes. So they told me, I think at the hour mark, that I might need to come on for the last 10 minutes or so if need be. So I had to warm the body up a little bit longer than usual, but that was fine. So it was good to get on the pitch. It's always nice to make a debut for a new club.
When you came on, we could see you were talking the team, not just the defence, through the game. I saw you talking to Vitaly a lot, and you're really kind of guiding us through the last 5 or so minutes. We could also hear throughout the game, and while you're on, Pontus up in the stands. Could you hear him when you were on the pitch?
Yeah, I could hear. I actually didn't know it was him. I could hear someone shouting in the back. So I had to turn a couple of times, and they told me who it was. So no, it's good, man. It just shows passion about the team and wanting to do well. and you can never have too many of those characters. You know, we've all been in dressing rooms before. The more winners you have in and around the group, the better it is.
Yeah, we also saw you at the end of the game having a little chat with Mads Beck Sorensen. I like all that. I love all that, to be fair. You know, senior player coming in and passing on that sort of knowledge and experience. What was you talking about?
No, just different situations throughout the game. You know, obviously, like I said, mentioned before, you know, the league is a tough league, and especially I tried it for myself as a young defender. You know, you play against some big boys sometimes, you know, and it's not the easiest. You know, but he did really well. And then just, you know, a few tips on here and there, if, you know, when you can do things better. It's just stuff you learn over the years of being in the game and knowing the ins and outs of what opponents are trying to do. So yeah, just not a lot really, just having a bit of a chat and that was it. But you know, like I said before, anything we can do together as a unit and help the group is good.
That's going to be vital as we go towards the season, because obviously is a very young squad. The fans are absolutely buzzing that you're here, mate. We've had loads of questions for you. So I'm going to start off with Jack Lauder 99, who echoes that. He says, "We're delighted to have you here, but what influenced your decision to join us?"
Beforehand, I didn't, you know, because I'd been away in America, and you know, I came back, and then I had to figure out my situation at West Ham, you know, in that point of time. And then literally, like I said before, I knew people sort of behind the scenes in and around the club. Spoke to them and they told me what they sort of were looking for, and you know, spoke to my agents and everything and family, and just thought it was a good fit. So it was just something you know, went on my gut really, basically, just to, you know, it was just something, come back to England, you know, help the team and try to get promoted. Really, it was pretty simple as that. It wasn't too much, you know, thinking about it really. It was just, yeah, just something I want to go for, and it's good. I'm happy. Like, I made a good decision, and you know, the groups were really good.
Joe Carroll 99 wants to know, which player has impressed you the most in training?
It's a good question. We've only had like a training session so far, so you're putting me on the spot here.
You've had to try and handle Ivan, I imagine, in training.
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, I've heard good things about him. You know, big, strong boy. You know, he's got ability with his feet. He's got a good hold of play. He's got decent pace in behind, and he's been scoring some goals. You know, so as a striker, you can never go wrong with that. Like the winner, T on the wing, he's been doing well as well. I'm a centre half. I thought the two centre halves have been doing as well. Well, consider it like in the game. You know, I'm not talking about training. It's, you know, because I haven't trained as much. So I'm just going by the game here, pretty much. But yeah, I think as a group and whole, but probably those four have stood out for me so far.
Winston, I've got a question from our fan, Hamish. He wants to know, who's the best player you've played with?
I've been fortunate to play with a lot of players, but Dimitri Payet, he was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He was a great player. You could give him the ball anywhere, anytime. He would take it, deal with it, pass it on. He had a bit of magic. You know, even though it was a short spell, he had with us for various reasons, but he had a season probably that, as a player, that I've never seen. So yeah, probably him, just for amazing season he had. But in terms of otherwise, apart from that, you know, I play with a good pro, Mark Noble. He's been at the West Ham for a numerous amount of years, and you know, to go through some of the times he had as well. Just a good pro, and just good in around the club and as a player as well. So yeah.
What about against?
Against? Oh,
you played against some players.
A lot.
World Cups?
A lot. You know, Bale in his prime, when Bale was, you know, I know he's back now, but Spurs the first time around, yeah, it was very hard to mark him. Suarez, when he played at when he was at Liverpool as well. Van Persie, difficult striker to play against. De Bruyne, he was also. I mean, it's just. I mean, there's so much quality in that league, especially now with the finances and everything. That there's so many players that that are top level. But those are the ones that just jump to my mind. I'm leaving out. I play against Ryan Giggs as well. Paul Scholes, unbelievable players. I mean, there's so many.
Wow. I mean, the names are just reeling off. Marcus, you'd have played against Ryan Giggs, right?
Yep, I did in my time in the Premier League. Very talented individual, but he was surrounded by many other talented people as well. So the list is a long list.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, it's just, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to play, against those players, and sometimes you come off the pitch and you've been given a hiding, but it's just one of those things you learn from, and you also, that's the level what players want to get to. So and they put the hard work into to get there, and it just shows. It just actually shows how much dedication and professionalism they put into the game.
Look, I'll let you get off because I know you've got to get ready for a big old trip up to Middlesbrough tomorrow. But I appreciate your time, Winston.
All right, thanks, guys, man. Appreciate you all.